Immortal, collision of worlds. Chapter 1. Prologue. They were riding the steam train again, sitting behind Ripple, the edges of their seats smudged with blackened velvet. The train lurched to a stop and the doors slid open. Beyond was utter darkness. "This is our stop!" Ripple shouted. Even as he spoke these words, he had the queer feeling of time doubling over. The copper man leaped up and ran to the exit, Karla and Joseph at his heels. They jumped down, and the metal doors slammed shut behind them. Outside, the station's wood was rotted, the doors boarded up. The windows were dusty and smashed, the few remaining shards of glass hanging like broken teeth. Ahead, the train disappeared into the fog. "Hurry up!" Ripple shouted, "or we'll be trapped here." Another wave of deja vu washed over him, this one so strong it made him dizzy. Nevertheless, he took off running, past the train into the fog. A mist-shrouded forest stood in the distance, and he sprinted toward it. Karla and Joseph followed. Time slowed to a crawl. They moved in slow motion now, struggling through a syrupy wave of moments, seconds, minutes. "Keep running!" Joseph reached out and took Karla's hand, and they began to change. Ripple became a black wolf, his fur streaked with silver, Karla a smaller dark lupine, Joseph a wolf with burnt sienna fur, running through the towering redwoods, oaks, and weeping willows. Thin light pushed through the treetops and made splotchy patches at their feet, mist floating in the air, thick and cloying. Ripple vanished. "What's happening?" Karla cried out, glancing wildly around. Joseph took a few aimless steps forward, squeezing his head between his hands. "Grandfather! Grandfather, where are you?" The sound of approaching hooves echoed through the forest. A creature ran toward them, weaving easily between the trees. From the waist up, she was a fetching bronze woman of 20 or so odd years with sepia skin. But her torso curved out into a burgundy mare's hindquarters, her hair curled about her shoulders, her small breasts cupped by a silver bustier. The last time they'd seen a centaur had been during the time of legend. Then the female had been a guardian, but they sensed that this creature was no ally. An aura of malevolence floated about her, as cloying as the fog. "Hello," she said, her lashes fluttering prettily above her green eyes. "I haven't seen you here before. Are you lost?" They stared at her. Joseph opened his mouth. For several seconds nothing came out. "We, my grandfather came in with us," he stammered. Her eyes glittered balefully. "You mean Ripple? Yes, I know where he is. He'll be staying with us now. And you have business elsewhere." "What are you saying?" Karla gasped, moving closer to Joseph. But he was melting away in her arms. She screamed horribly, clutching at the floating flesh that was her lover. The centaur galloped past her into the woods, her mocking laughter mixing with the indigo woman's cries. The new world awoke to a roaring wind. Light blazed from the mirror, swallowing the planet, a churning, savage vortex. Tundra's inhabitants cried out as their flesh bled from their bones like wet clay. The world shuddered and was still. I'm science fiction author Valjean Jeffers, and you've been listening to Immortal 4, Collision of Worlds. Visit me at my site, www.bjeffersandqveal.com, for previews or for purchase. And Immortal 4, Collision of Worlds is also offered at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Peace out.